Welcome to another riveting installment of DSP Gaming Theater. Tonight's installment, we here as DSP Gaming, the self-proclaimed best overall gamer in the universe, explains why he had to quit playing Truck Sim. This is a story of setback and perseverance. One man's attempt to make everybody happy. So please pull up your chair, start your fireplace, have a nice drink, because tonight we're going to the theater. Are you guys ready? Okay, I'm not going to talk like that anymore. I'm just kidding. Are you guys ready? I know you are, because I know I am. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's get this started. 1, 2, 3.
Course, is American Truck Simulator. It's time to talk turkey about this game, folks.
Oh, I just love it when Phil says, let's talk turkey, because you know that 99% of what he says is an outright lie. Let's hear it, Phil.
It really is, because this is a game that started off one way this year and then kind of went another way this year. And this is the game that the trolls are now incredibly upset with me that I'm not playing it anymore, because this used to be their content farm and now they don't have one.
You see, this is the issue that Phil has. Phil, he literally just groups detractors and trolls all together. So, like, when he says trolls, he really should be saying trolls, but he actually means everybody.
So let's talk about American Truck Simulator.
Yes,
All
please,
right.
let's talk, Phil.
Much earlier this year, before a bunch of hot new games came out, we were looking for new kinds of content to do on the streams. Excuse me. And we were actually exploring different things like Lego nights and random chill stream nights or whatever it may be.
You know, because Phil, he is just the beacon in the darkness of chill.
Right? And one of the games that was suggested to me was, hey, why don't you do like a driving game? And I was like, well, I'm not very good at driving.
See, this is the issue Phil has. This is the issue Phil has. And this is something I've mentioned time after time after time. They are not there. The viewers are not there to simply watch a video game. If they were there to simply watch a video game, they would play the game themselves. Ultimately what it is when it comes to content creators, they are there for the content creator themselves. As long as the content creator is somebody that they like, that they're friendly, that they're approachable, that they're a nice person, basically, the viewer really doesn't give a flying fuck about how good they are at a game. This is a misconception Phil has had forever. Phil thinks that by being the best at gaming, that everybody is there to watch and play those games. No, they're there to be entertained by the content creator, which is Phil. But Phil, he has it twisted that basically the game is what is entertaining the viewer. If that's the case, they could literally go on Twitch, they could go elsewhere on YouTube, and they could find hundreds of people who are playing a game that they may be interested in.
Or do I really partake in driving games that much? So I don't really know how.
Also, Phil, if your audience is asking you to play a driving game, what's the harm of it all? You're giving this is your business. Remember, you said that your business is playing games that your audience wants. What's the point of saying that my business is playing games? I want to give the audience what they want, but when the audience asks for a specific game, like a driving game, or even something more recent, let's say Stellar Blade or Code Vein, or what's the point of giving them a chance to say what they would like you to play if you're just going to shoot it down? That really doesn't sound like it's best for business, now does it, Phil?
How realistic this will be, like how much would people really like me playing a driving game? And it was eventually suggested
By who, Phil? Who suggested it? See, this is something Phil will always do. It's a way of manipulating everybody. He will say, people told him this, people told him that, people told him that he is God's gift to woman. Who, Phil? And you know who it is? It's the voices in his head.
That American Truck Simulator be the game that I try if I'm going to try some kind of a driving game. All right. So I tried it. And I'll be honest, I don't think the game runs very well. Even at my PC, which I can run all modern AAA games at like high settings or whatever, this game's a little choppy. The detail in the world isn't that great. It's just kind of okay. But I think
Apparently, it wasn't just a little okay if you were able to play it month in and month out, and you were raking in money, Phil. Let's be honest, everybody. Let's be honest. Phil he did not like the game because the people suggested it. No, Phil, even though this is Phil's business, he says that the people have the power to decide what he plays. No, he doesn't like that. He wants the power to play what he wants, and basically he wants the viewers to pay him so he can play the games that only he wants to play.
happened was the real appeal of seeing me play Truck Sim was seeing me try to drive and or do one of these jobs while interacting with the audience. Because to be honest, once you get on the highway, you could just turn on cruise control and you could just coast across the country. And while you're doing that driving, we could chill and talk, right?
No, Phil, the appeal of Truck Stream, even though there are people who like it, like doing this for some reason, they won't like to pick your mind and get your opinions of stuff. I know it's fucking weird that people ask this guy, but there are people who are desperate to get that sort of attention, and they figure that, Phil is somebody that'll give it to them. The sad thing is, Phil only does it because of the money that it brings in. Hell, if I streamed, which I don't, but if I streamed and I was streaming, let's say Forza Horizon, I would be willing to talk to anyone. And it doesn't have to be on the back of a dollar bill.
It's good. So, I had a great time with Truck Sim for a few months there. And, it actually did so well where people were showing up and engaging and supporting the Truck Sim stream so much that I said, hey, if you guys keep supporting at this level, I'll invest. I'll buy a wheel and I'll buy a stick shift and pedals, and we can actually really sim this thing. Now, of course, it was insanely bootleg because my setup sucked. I didn't even have.
Bill, why do you feel the need that you have to tell people that your setup was bootleg? They don't care. Oh my God, this goes back to what I just said. Phil, they don't care about your setup. They're there for you. They're not there for the game. The game is secondary. They're there to have a chill time with the content creator. Like I said, as long as you are a nice person and you treat your audience with respect, they could care less about your setup. That's why ultimately this new setup that Phil has with the big monitor, the two new screens that he has, the arm, the desk, the chair, ultimately that doesn't matter to the people, because ultimately what matters is the content creator. And this is sadly something that Phil has been in this business for nearly 20 years, and he cannot figure that out. And you can go all the way back to that time he had that infamous rant regarding people, when he yelled at his audience because I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2, when he was yelling at them because they were expressing their disappointment about how Leanna was treating the game and everything. Phil crapped on his viewers all the way back then, and he didn't realize that those same people he was crapping on, they're the ones that got him to that dance. It isn't the game. It isn't the gameplay. It isn't the $1,000 setup. It's him. I'll be honest, I'm trying so hard not to break into profanities every 30 seconds.
A real desk to put those accessories on. So it was really like half-assed, but hey, you guys liked it. You liked the fact that I put my money where my mouth was. You guys supported the streams, so I bought all that stuff. I mean, that thing was over $300, that set.
Why do you feel the need to tell people how much it was, Phil? And well, the answer is because he likes to try and lord over everybody how wealthy and well off he is. But there is literally no reason why he needs to tell you how much his equipment costs. When do you go on Twitch? When do you go on Kick? When do you go on YouTube and you go to a Let's Player? You go to a Let's Player's stream or their podcast or whatever, or their videos, and they're constantly having to tell you how much their equipment is. They don't. They don't. Phil feels the need to lord over and prove how wealthy he is.
And so the streams got better and better, I feel. Then we said, hey, let's start having drinks. I'll start drinking alcoholic seltzers. I'll start having alcoholic ciders. I'll have eggnog, right? So I get a little buzzed or a little tipsy when I'm playing, and people like the fact that I answer a whole bunch of questions about pretty much whatever when I'm playing Truck Sim.
And there it is. He just said what I said. They're not there for the game, ladies and gentlemen. They're not there for the game. They are literally there to pick his mind about stuff. A lot of the time, it's trolling, but there are some people who have legitimate curiosity about what he has to say, which is weird because this guy treats everybody like garbage. But he literally just said it. They're there to pick my mind, but he doesn't grasp it. He doesn't grasp it.
But around the end of the summer, early fall, all of a sudden, a whole bunch of games started coming out. Now I'm finding it hard to start juggling all the stuff that I used to do. And yeah, I'll be honest, looking at a game like Truck Sim, I'm eyeballing it. I'm like, at first it was fun, but now it's more of the same, And then what happened was people started saying, well, listen, keep Truck Sim. I'll donate. It was Buckwell who came by, the viewer, and said, hey, I'll donate all the DLCs, and I'll donate all the skins for the truck, and I'll donate this, and I'll donate that, and I'll show you how to mod the game so now you can have real-life businesses in it. So it kept it fresh. It did, absolutely.
Here's the sad thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the sad thing. If I remember correctly, I think as of yesterday, Buckwell actually donated the latest DLC that Phil got, which was, what was it, Louisiana? If I am right and Buckwell did donate Louisiana, I don't know how much it was. It could be $1, it could be $99. It's the fact that it costs money. Can you imagine what somebody like Buckwell must think? I just gave this guy this DLC. It cost me a lot of money to get this DLC to give to Phil. And literally he played it for like an hour and then he's like, okay, I'm done. I don't know about you, but I would be upset. I'd be like, really? I have been providing you, with help, with content for this game. And you can't even literally just kind of do like a run, an announcement, like, okay, guys, in 2 weeks we're gonna be phasing out Truck Sim. In a couple weeks we're gonna be phasing it out. I want to say thank you to everybody who has been here to ride along with me on the great highway of this game, but I'm phasing it out. But do not worry, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you it will be back one day. No, Phil didn't go through a diplomatic route like that. No, he literally just said, okay, we're done. And like I said, Buckwell gave this guy dollar after dollar after dollar after dollar in content for this game. And he didn't get the respect to be like, okay, Buckwell, he should have even done a thing saying, hey, Buckwell, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Buckwell, for making this, possible for me to enjoy this game. No, he got nothing. He got absolutely nothing. And this is Phil's MO. He takes and he takes and he takes and he takes and he expects you to give and give and give until you cannot give no more. And when you're literally at that point you cannot give anymore, he'll kick you and go, where's more? I want more.
It kept it fresh. It kept it interesting. It was fun for a bit. But ultimately what ended up happening was, I'd say it was right around the end of summer, early fall, a lot of people were of the opinion that Truck Sim had outstayed its welcome, that I'm doing it once a week when I should be using that stream to play.
And by other people, Phil means himself.
Truck sim. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I agree. 100%. I was shocked that we were still doing truck sim once a week and that people.
It's amazing Phil doesn't, let that rattle in his head. Something that kept going, for so long. It doesn't rattle in his head that maybe there's something here that he's not realizing that people like.
Asked for truck sim streams. People weren't supporting the truck sim streams anymore. We weren't hitting the goals anymore. And so I said to everyone that.
Well, he literally contradicts himself because he starts talking about Hail Marys.
That's it. I made the decision. We're not going to do truck sim anymore. Let's move on and do other content. I'm not saying we'll never do it again. Maybe we could do like an anniversary, a special every once in a while where we bring it back for a stream. But I feel like it's ran its course. And then all of a sudden, people started freaking out and started contacting me saying, oh, no, you got to bring back Truck Sim. Truck Sim is so good and Truck Sim that. Now, I think it was a mix. I think that maybe half the people who wanted Truck Sim back were actually my big fans and viewers, and they just liked hanging out with me. But the thing was, you can hang out with me whenever you want. We could have a chill with Phil.
How is it that Phil doesn't realize? I'm not even trying to give him credit. I'm not trying to give him credit at all, but how is it that Phil does not realize that Truck Sim was like chill with Phil, like 2.0 basically, instead of actually just watching this lazy louse literally sit in the chair and just talk to you for 2 hours, chill with Phil. You actually got to talk to the guy while he played games. And due to the uniqueness of this game, where he said himself, he can literally put the vehicle on cruise control, he was able to talk to you a little bit more. How the hell is it that he does not realize that Truck Sim was Chilled Phil 2.0? So now he took away Truck Sim slash Chill Phil 2.0. Now he wants to bring you back to him literally just sitting in a chair. And it's basically the boardroom meeting all over again. I will say that there are good ways to go about stuff and bad ways to go about stuff. Phil always chooses the bad way.
You could come by and hang out on the podcast. We could play other chill games. It doesn't always have to be Truck Sim. And I really felt like there wasn't anything we were doing in Truck Sim anymore.
You were interacting with your viewers. How do you not realize that? That's what they are there for you to interact with them. They're not there really for the game. They're there to hang out with you, which I don't understand why, because Phil treats his viewers like utter trash. He treats them like utter trash. When there are content creators that don't even have a tenth of the base that this guy has, that would bend over and die to simply have the audience, the people that would be willing to talk to them, they would bend over backwards for to have something like that given to them. But Phil, he doesn't realize what he has. He doesn't realize what he has, and he throws it away each and every time.
It was just boring. We were just driving. There's nothing to do. Let's do a game where I can do something different, at least, if we're going to interact or whatever, right? The other half of the people who were upset that Truck Sim ended were my trolls.
And here it goes. He needs to have an escape, basically. People to blame. And of course, he's going to blame the detractors and the trolls and all that stuff. No, Phil, it's you. You are the reason that Truck Sim ended. You were the one, not the trolls, not the detractors. It was you.
Because my trolls were using the Truck Sim streams as a content farm. What they want.
Phil, I know you think you're currently starving the trolls and the detractors and everybody else, but you generate so much content that they can simply go somewhere else for their content farm. Truck Sim's gone. Okay, let's go to the Call of Duty. Call of Duty is gone. Okay, let's go to Super Mario Galaxy 2. Super Mario Galaxy 2 is gone. Let's go to Feasting with the King. Feasting with the King is gone. Okay, let's do DSP tries it. There is always something else that the people can farm from Phil. Phil thinks, oh, I took away Truck Sim. I really stuck it to all the stupid motherfuckers out there. He doesn't realize, hell, even this podcast, they can farm.
Was to ask me questions, hope that I would give an answer that they could twist to sound like it's something dramatic or risque, and then they would have content to make for their videos. Okay?
I'm farming you right now, Phil. It's not Chuck Stream. I'm just doing this right now. You know, like, you literally provide the content, Phil. The best thing you could have done was actually try and starve us, but you have to keep poking the hornet's nest. You poke the hornet's nest, and now you're getting the punishment for it, Phil. All you have to do is literally turn on your webcam, not mention detractors, trolls, money. Just talk to your viewers, treat them with respect, play the game, and I make you a bet within a year, 2 years, the detractors and the trolls would be gone. Or they would find other stuff that they can make content on. Hell, I do content on other stuff.
So it was half and half, I would argue, okay? Hold on one second.
Gotta get that drink of gin.
Once again, a giant gust of wind blew my curtains open. I'm starting to think I should actually get Velcro for the curtains to keep them closed because they just keep opening now. I'm thinking maybe...
He's preloading and getting ready to beg for money for Velcro. You dents better get your wallets open up.
Velcro might make sense for the season. All right, anyway, give me 1 second, okay?
Okay, seriously, Duty, you could not have fucking edited this piece out. Really? You're that fucking lazy, Duty? Come on. Wow, really? He did not edit this out. Duty, do your fucking job. Holy fucking shit. Okay, Phil, are you going to sit down now?
All right. Misanthrope, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Thanks for $2. Like I said, I'm not entertaining toxicity anymore. You've wasted enough of my time this morning.
Wow, way to treat your audience, Phil. And I can't tell what it was that this guy asked. For all it could have been, it's like, why is your window open? And Phil would see that as being toxic.
Okay.
Everybody get on the toxic train.
Demand, essentially. People said, bring back Truck Sim. I said, all right, we'll do it. We'll bring back Truck Sim because so many people seem to want it back. Let's bring it back. And I think it was like early, I want to say fall, like right at the beginning of fall, in September-ish, I brought it back. And all of a sudden, on the Truck Sim stream, we're getting all this support. And I'm like, well, if you guys keep supporting the Truck Sim streams, I'll keep playing the game. Because I'm not convinced that this game is working anymore. But hey, if it's a essentially you could call it a bestseller, right? If I was selling a product, I'd say, oh, it's one of my best sellers. Well, Truck Sim was consistently getting support every single week. So why wouldn't I keep it in the rotation? And to be honest, even my wife was confused. She's like, you're still playing Truck Sim? Like, what are you doing on those streams? I'm like, literally, I'm just driving and talking. There's nothing else to it. It's kind of boring.
That's how it is that he views interacting with his supporters, his viewers, his page, his customers. They're boring. Stop being boring. That's what Phil is ultimately telling you guys. Does that make you guys feel good? You guys spend your time wanting to talk to this guy through Truck Stream, for example, and he just called you boring. I don't know about you, but I'd be a little bit hurt. I would be hurt if I spent time out of my day to go watch a content creator. I talk to them, I give them money because ultimately I want to also support the game they're playing because it's their business, but I'm ultimately there to talk to them. How would you feel if he goes, it's boring? I'd be hurt.
But people keep showing up and keep supporting it, so I'll keep doing it as long as they do. All right? So, we kept going. And I noticed, again, every week, attendance started to dwindle, right? There really started to be less interest in it. There were maybe, arguably, 20 to 30 fans of mine who liked it, and there was a whole bunch of trolls who...
How many is a whole bunch of trolls, Phil? You got to remember, a whole bunch can be anything. It could be 3 trolls, it could be 4 trolls, it could be 2 trolls. Ultimately, Phil, the reason Phil does not want to play Truck Sim, it isn't because of trolls. It's because he doesn't want to play it. Remember, Phil only wants to play things that Phil wants to play. This whole giving the viewers a choice, that's an illusion. And I remember, I think it was Toxicity Unmasked. She called it the viewer's choice of illusion, or illusion of choice, or something along that line. That's what it is. It's an illusion. If you're there thinking, "Oh my God, he actually wants us to pick games," he doesn't. He doesn't. He only wants to play games he wants to play. But if he actually literally told everybody, I'm not going to play what you guys want to play, I'm just going to play what I want to play, they would leave. That's why when he goes, "What would you guys like to play? Me to play? Oh, can you play Stellar Blade?" "Oh no, I'm not going to do that." What's the point of giving a choice asking them when you're just going to shoot it down anyway?
Loved it. Okay. Well, what ended up happening was, over the last 1 to 2 months, okay, when I'm playing Truck Sim, what would happen is it would be slow. And what I mean by that is low attendance, low engagement, low support. And then, like, the last 30 minutes, all of a sudden, last minute, someone would throw an absolute Hail Mary contribution. Right?
I'll let him
It'd be
go.
like, "Let's go for it." And they'd throw the football across the entire field, and the receiver at the end would jump. It's the game-winning touchdown at the very last minute, buzzer beater. Right? That's how it was. And it was like that, like, no lie. All right? It was like that for no exaggeration, I would say 2 months.
But still, he got the goal met. The goal was still met. Here's what the issue is, ladies and gentlemen. Do not let what he says fool you. The reason Phil is upset that the money was coming in last minute is because he likes that money to come in all at once in the very beginning. That way he can take his little breaks when he has to go pee-pee, because he's an adult and he still has to fucking say, "I gotta go pee-pee." He's not going pee-pee. He's going and playing his fucking little gotcha games on his cell phone. He needs that money as soon as possible so he can play those games. But, and this is what I always say, especially for people like DSP Gaming, Wings of Redemption, like LTG. If you want to pay them at the very end of their stream. Make them work for your money. Don't give it to them in the beginning, because when you give it to them in the beginning, they're just gonna just kind of do it like give you a half their best. They're not gonna give it their all. Especially this guy right here. Make him work for your money. You are not obligated to pay him in the beginning of the stream. No, if you want to pay him at the end. Pay him at the end. When you go to a five-course restaurant, you sit down. Do you pay for your meal before you get the meal? Hell no. You pay for the meal after you get your meal, after you eat it, then you get ready to leave. That's when you pay for it. The only time you pay for it at the start is like if it's a fast food restaurant. Think of Phil and his content as, like I said, you're sitting down. I'm not saying it's 5-star, but you're sitting down. He is giving you the content. If you feel that he is worthy of being paid, you pay him at the end. Make him work for your money. Don't just give it to the guy, because he throws a fit like a 2-year-old.
Every single stream, that's what would happen. Okay? Absolutely ridiculous.
No, it's the way it should be, Phil. You just don't like it because the fact is it makes you wait and wait and wait and wait. See, that's something Phil never likes to do. He does not like being told to wait. This goes all the way back to the Wolverine toy. His parents basically told him to wait for the toy, and he fucking threw a fit.
I'm trying to do content for an audience that's going to enjoy it and wants to come and engage with it. It's not just about one or two people at the last minute come in and support.
No, it's about tens and thousands of people coming in to give the same amount of money. Phil, the goal was met. You're just upset that people made you wait. That's ultimately what it is. Let's stop beating around the bush, Phil. Let's stop beating around the bush. You are upset that basically your viewers made you wait.
And then that's it. It's dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel, sadly, that's not how the content I'm supposed to be making. Now, hey, I run a business. If I'm getting support from a certain game, maybe I should keep it in the rotation. It's
You were getting support for a game. You were getting paid for Truck Sim. You still threw it out.
just good business. But at the same time, if I'm not really having fun with it, and there's levels of toxicity increasing, and it's becoming a content.
Do not listen to this. This is just him trying to find any excuse he can for basically screwing Buckwell out of all that money. Now, I'm not saying that, he should never stop playing Truck Sim. If he wants to, he can. But at least he should have been respectful about it. Maybe he should have done, like I said, like a retirement tour for Truck Sim. Be like, okay, guys, I feel that Truck Sim has done its course. In 4 weeks, I am going to be, we're going to go off into the sunset. Thank you, Buckwell, for all you've done. But no, he didn't do anything like that. He basically took Buckwell's money via that DLC that he just got. And he basically said, okay, we're done. Do not let what Phil say get to you. Don't let him fool you. This is not about the trolls. It isn't about the detractors. It isn't about the toxicity. It's Phil being a piece of shit person.
Farm for trolls, you got to kind of recognize that. And notably, there was 1 or 2 weeks, no exaggeration, where it was basically just like 1 or 2 people coming in and dropping a whole bunch of kick subs. And now we hit the goal. Oh, well, now
you hit the goal. What's the fucking problem? What's the problem?
It continues next week. Yeah, but no one showed up. So why are we continuing it next week?
You got the money, Phil. That's all you really care about. You've made it known throughout your last 15, 20 years. Money's all you care about. You could care less if one person was there watching you or 1 million people was there watching you. As long as you met that stupid arbitrary goal of $150, you could care less.
Oh, because we hit the goal. So what ended up happening was I became a slave to the goal. And I even brought this up last night, that basically it was the same situation as the vest streak. What do I mean by that? Well, if you remember, many years ago, when I first started putting on a vest for hitting a financial goal on a stream of support, the streams became solely about hitting the vest goal. Like, no exaggeration. It became, will Phil put on the vest? Will he make the money so he could put on the vest? Well, I hated it. I absolutely hated that.
Oh, yeah, Phil. You absolutely hated putting on the vest. That's why you look like a fucking kid in a candy shop every time the thought that you could put on a vest happened. Oh, we hit $150, guys. What vest did I put on? Ooh, let me do a little bit of a poll here. What vest is best for Phil? Yeah, Phil, stop lying. Stop lying. Stop fucking lying, Phil.
Entire streams were about this. And eventually I was actually very happy that the vest goal ended.
Oh, yeah, you were so happy that it ended, Phil, that when both times when the vest streak ended, you refused to turn off your stream after it was closing time, basically. I remember sitting in Raw Phil's stream both times and literally watching as that stupid motherfucking slideshow would repeat not once, not twice, not 3, but 4, sometimes 4, 5, 6 times. The same stupid fucking pictures that Phil likes to have over and over and over and over again. And Phil is waiting for some Hail Mary, as he likes to call it, tip come in so he could find a reason to extend that stupid fucking streak by one more day. Yeah, Phil, you were so fucking happy that it was over, Phil. Get out of here. You're fucking lying again, Phil.
So that we could get back to normalcy and the streams could be more about hanging out in games than just...
Okay, guys. I guess I'm going to have... This is it, guys. I'm going to have to reset it back to 0 now, guys. You're a liar, Phil.
Hitting a goal to put on a vest, okay? It became stupid. It's like Yasmin Gold said, the vest streak it became a victim of its own success. It became so popular, particularly...
If Asmund Gold said that you stopping the vest goal was the worst thing you could have ever done, you know damn well that he would be putting on that platinum vest and dancing like the monkey that he is.
Particularly with my trolls, that I couldn't make content that meant anything anymore. All right?
Phil, you haven't made content that meant anything in 2 decades.
The same situation. I was done with this game and bored with it, but I kept playing it for the income, but it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't getting any better. It wasn't entertaining.
Apparently it was, because you were hitting the goals. Your viewers liked putting you in a vest. I don't know why, but they did. And you cannot give the excuse, well, it was all just trolls and detractors that were putting you in the vest. No, there was some of your dents that were also putting you in those vests.
To be honest, and again, I understand that there was longtime fans who were like, well, we like the truck sim streams. Yeah, but we could do the same exact thing with other games. That's better. You know what I'm saying? We could do other things.
He doesn't realize that truck sim is Chill Phil 2.0. He just does not want to grasp it.
I toughed it out because people kept supporting it and wanting it and asking for it. So here's what happened last night. Truck sim got exposed. All right? Why? Because I don't have goals anymore. I don't have goals anymore. So because of that, there's no way that Truck Sim's going to survive solely on the fact that it's gotten support. Do you see the difference now? How there is a big difference there? Because previous Truck Sim, I wanted to end it, but I only kept it in the rotation because of the support levels it was receiving. Well, I just accidentally adjusted the wrong camera. Crap. I wanted to adjust this camera a little bit this way. Nope.
Why the fuck are you adjusting your cameras when you're doing this? You should have adjusted your cameras prior to starting your stream, Phil.
Oh, wrong way. That's there. I wanted to try to get centered here. I think now I'm centered, right? Yeah. See how it's balanced now on the sides? I wanted to make it centered, and I think that centered it. Anyway, yeah, so last night, all right, we're playing Truck Sim, and basically, I'm noticing first hour was good. Why? Because we didn't do Truck Sim the week before, okay? Now, we don't have goals anymore. So because we don't have goals anymore, absolutely nothing is tied to Truck Sim continuing, all right? Instead, it's just based on, is it good? Is it good content? Are people liking it? Are they engaging it? Are we going to keep going with it or not? It doesn't matter if we make a...
I feel like I'm about to have an aneurysm. I'm just gonna let it go.
Anymore. Okay? First hour was decent. A lot of people came by, had some interesting questions. We chit-chatted, whatever. All right? Second hour begins. It's dead. I'm driving and I realize like, no one's tagging me in chat. No one's talking to me. Some of the trolls are talking amongst themselves in the kick chat. Like they're chittering with their usual bullshit and their stupid memes. The clips we'll get out of this. But no one's even talking to me anymore.
Yeah, I highly doubt that they were sitting there in the kick chat going, oh, we're going to get our little clips out of this. Phil, just be honest. I know this is a foreign concept for Phil to be honest, but just be honest. Just say that you hate your viewers. You hate what they want you to play. You literally hate their existence. The only person that matters to you is you. If I would have a little bit of respect, which is no respect at all, if Phil literally just came out and took the mask off and goes, here I am, here's to the real Phil Burnell. I hate you, and I fucking hate you, Jade. Me? Why me? Because you are fucking dragging me down, Jade. And all you motherfuckers over there, I hate you too. I would have more respect if Phil did something like that, because at least it would be the real Phil, not this fucking, fake mask wearing. Oh, I'm everybody's friend. I want to be your friend. I just want to have a good time and chill and be positive. You're not a positive person, Phil. You're not a positive person.
And I said to everyone, hi, I'm here. Like, what's going on? Like, why am I even playing this right now? And then basically people started doing troll topics that had nothing to do with anything, like dumb shit. And I'm like, well, I don't want to talk about that. I thought we were having a fun hangout session, and it seems like that's not really.
The thing is, there are times I have seen Phil attack his viewers that were not even trolls. It may just be that they were wanting to talk about something else. For example, there were times that Phil would be playing a specific game and his viewers would go off and talk about something else. And he jumped on them for it. If Phil did the smart thing, he would see that his viewers were talking about. Oh, I see you guys are talking about basketball games, for example. Would you guys like me to try a basketball game? I would make you a bet. If Phil saw his viewers and they were talking about a different game from whatever it was he was playing, and he was actually legitimate and everything, he goes, "Hey guys, would you like me to try this type of game?" I would make you a bet he would actually get a few newer viewers, because of the fact that word will be like, "Oh my god, did you hear Phil? He's actually going to try stuff that we were talking about." But nope, we can't do that. This is DSP Gaming. He has to be Mr. Cool, Mr. Hardcore, Mr. Fuck Your Feelings.
What we're doing here anymore. It feels like this has become an avenue for toxicity for people to clip farm, but now there's nothing to talk about. Like, I'm bored. Like, why am I even doing this? And
you're doing it because your fans like it, Phil.
Fans who liked Truck Sim over the last, 8-9 months, and they're like, oh no, please don't end it. I'm like, yeah, but you guys got to understand something. All right. We could do this with any other game.
He literally just said it. There are guys who like me playing Truck Sim, and he's literally telling them, fuck you. Fuck you. I don't want to play this game anymore. Give me your money. And he wonders why he doesn't have a loyal fan base anymore. He wonders why he doesn't have viewers who legitimately, really wish the best for him. He literally just said, I have viewers who like Truck Sim, but we can do other stuff. I don't want to do Truck Sim anymore. Just take the fucking mask off and say, shut the fuck up. I don't want to play what you want to play. I'm going to play this, and you dumb fucks are going to give me money for it. Just be fucking honest with yourself.
We could do this with Power Wash Simulator 2. We could just do a chill with Phil stream once a week. We could do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be Truck Sim anymore. We could do other things. I feel like the game has run its course. And then when I said that, immediately the fans said, we understand. What we'll do is we'll come up with ideas for more chill.
Okay, Phil, who are the fans? Who is we?
People immediately started suggesting games that they thought would be chill games. I'm like, all right, well, hold off on that now.
Do you see that? He literally said, what would you guys like? And they start giving him suggestions. And they're like, oh, whoa. We can talk about that at a later time. If he actually cared, he would actually have written down on a piece of paper, or he would have opened a Word document on his computer and be like, okay, people are asking for this game. But no, he's like, okay, we could do other things, guys. What would you like? We like, oh no, wait. Are you guys realizing yet that he doesn't care ultimately what you want?
We're going to finish tonight's stream. Let's talk about it on the podcast tomorrow. All right, let's talk about it in the future. But let's just collectively then agree that this isn't working. That really the reason Truck Sim has survived in my content is because there's been one or two people throwing contributions at it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I'm just tired of it. Like, I don't want to keep doing that content. I'm bored of this game now. The fans.
And that's what it is right there. It isn't the lack of money. It isn't the trolls. It isn't the detractors. It isn't the clip farmers. He's just bored. He's just bored. Crybaby Phil is bored. This 43-year-old guy who claims that this is his business, that playing video games for his viewers is his business, is bored.
Said yes, the trolls, oh no, the trolls start freaking out. No, you can't quit Truck Sim. No, this is our content. This is how we get our.
And I go back to what I said earlier. Phil, we can literally get content from anything else that you do. Truck Sim is just like one of many things. Like I said, Truck Sim goes away. There's Call of Duty. Call of Duty goes away. There's DSP tries it. DSP tries it, goes away. There's a podcast that you hopefully will do with with Wings. There is always something else, Phil. For you to literally stop the clip farmers, you would have to leave the internet. It isn't just one game that you're doing that causes people to clip farm you. It's everything you do.
Positive reasons. Okay? So, because of that, I said, that's it. This is the last Truck Sim stream. And people got really upset for good reason, because now there's nothing for them to get stuff out of. But it is what it is, and it ended. All right? Done.
Ah, yes. Everybody else is upset. Everybody else is upset. No, Phil is the one that's upset. Because Phil thought that he could literally just tell everybody, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to do what I want to do, and you're going to just give me money no matter what. And some of the people are like, you know what? No, that's bullshit, Phil. And Phil is like, people, they're actually mad at me. Why? Why are they mad at me? I don't understand. Why are they so mad at me? He's playing this victim complex. This is something he always does. When Phil steps in and he plays the victim complex, the sad thing is that 99% of the people can see it coming a mile away.
The reason, but like, for example, last night, there was actually a DLC, a Louisiana DLC. I bought it. We drove.
Actually, I think, wasn't it Buckwell that bought it? Wasn't Buckwell that bought it, then he gifted it to Phil via stream or something? I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think Buckwell got it for him, didn't he?
In it, we were like, what's the big deal? It didn't do anything. Like, it was just the same shit again. There's nothing new there or whatever. It's just boring. So
if you're curious why I'm constantly looking over here, it's because I have WWE Raw on the television. Yeah, unlike Phil, I can actually admit when I'm watching wrestling and everything. Currently, it's Bayley and Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez and the blonde chick from Judgment Day.
This is exactly the same as Metroid Prime 4. It's the same as all the games that we've played in the last few months that we played them a stream or two. We were like, wow, this shit's boring. We're just not going to keep doing stuff that no one likes. Okay? So.
And imagine how much of a hole Phil is digging himself into. He buys a game that could cost anywhere between $70 to $100. He plays it once or twice. He views it as a failure. He gets rid of it. This is literally the mentality that the rich have. Like, oh, my car's out of gas. Well, time to go buy a new car. This is what Phil is doing. He is literally he is burning money. He's burning me. Imagine how much money he has wasted on games when he only did like 1 or 2 streams. Metroid Prime 4, whatever it's called.
It's that simple, all right? You don't like it? Sorry. But if people don't show up for it, don't engage with it. If we're having a boring time playing it, I'm not going to keep it in the rotation.
Maybe, Phil, it's you that's boring. Did you ever think of that?
Doesn't matter how much money you throw at me, all right? I want it to be something that everyone is getting stuff out of, all right? So it's that simple, all right? We're done with it, and it ain't coming back for now.
I said it before in this video, and I'll say it again. There are millions of content creators out there that would die to have your business, Do not give your business to this guy.
However, I'm more than happy to have nice chill streams with all of you. All right, like whatever you want to play.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, nice chill streams. You're being badgered by a 43-year-old for your money. Yeah, those are nice chilled streams, Phil.
As long as it's something new and fresh and fun that we're enjoying. Like right now, I'm really enjoying Arc Raiders. I'm enjoying learning this new game's formula. Again, I've never played an extraction shooter before. So to be able to play this game and learn the game mechanics, and you guys are helping.
Wait, didn't he ever play, oh god, what's it called? The Division? Isn't that an extraction shooter? Didn't Phil play The Division? Here, let's do some fucking research. I haven't done that yet in this video. Let's do some research. Let's do some research. I like research. You like research. I like research. Let's see here. Hold on me. Research. That's something I love to do. Something that Phil lacks the backbone to do. YouTube.com. Oh my god! Look at this picture here. Holy shit, what the fuck? From Duty Streams. Wow, DSP stupidity hits new levels. How does he not forget to breathe? Oh, I definitely gotta watch that. But anyway. DSPGaming, the Division. Did he play the Division? Oh, by the way, I found his stuff on YouTube. But what's this? The Division 2 free trial co-op gameplay. Okay. Let's see here. Did he actually do more? Let's see here. Playlist. Where the fuck is playlist? Oh, here we go. Playlist. Halo Reach. Oh. Wow, really? Maybe he didn't play more. Huh. Machinima. Huh. I'm actually shocked. He only played one game of it? How? Okay, let's there we go. Video? I don't know what else I can really do. But he did play the Division, and isn't that an extraction shooter? Here, let's do this. Is the Division 2 extraction shooter? Oh, wow. Look at that. It even... Yes! The Division 2 is considered an extraction shooter. It is getting an updated take on extracting, and is set to... Okay, but yes. So I just caught Phil in another lie. God damn, what's the fucking odds of that? What's the odds of that? Oh, I never played an extraction shooter. Yes, you did.
Me by talking with me every stream and explaining how they work or whatever. I'm really enjoying it. Want to do more of it. Can't wait to play more of it later this week. Megabonk, that was the same feeling, although with Megabonk, admittedly, it's a lot more tense because the game is action-packed at all times and you have to like pause it to even talk with the chat. But I still had an absolutely great time with Megabonk, and I'm looking forward to more tomorrow night. Okay? Now, I would like to get more suggestions from the audience here of...
Well, you know that he's going to take all those suggestions and right down into the garbage. Right in the garbage.
Chill games. One that people have already suggested, and it sounds like people are very interested in.
Okay, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining me as we take another trip into the world of DSP Theater. My name is Jeff, aka GCurse. Wishing you all a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out.